Welcome to a community spotlight. In this particular episode, we have Seena Arjomandi, who is a wonderful lawyer of Arjomandi Law, and he does a lot of business law. So he's got so many good business ideas, and we will eventually take over the world together. So,
if only.
So anyway, let's begin. And what got you interested in law? What got you interested in business law specifically?
Of course. Well, first off, let me start by saying thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
So, what got me into law, believe it or not, it wasn't actually my first choice. I actually started out really wanting to go into computer science. Now, whether this is teenage me being addicted to video games or actually a good idea, we'll never know. But I definitely wasn't good at it. So going to law was sort of a last minute career path change where I was speaking with my father and he said, look, best case scenario, you have a really good job, high prestige, that pays well. Worst case scenario, you have a degree and a license that opens any door you want for you. Seems like a win-win to me. I said, you know what? Why not? It's last minute, as most things I did back then were. So we went for it. Now, what led me more so to business law? Business was always a passion of mine. I was working since the age of 12, going to my father's office every day in the summer when we didn't do camp because that's when I was getting bored of it. So I would go to his office and I'd work with them. So I was always in that world. So that's what just interested me to begin with. So through going through that, going through school, getting my law degree, doing the bar, where I ended up articling and doing my training as a lawyer was for civil litigation and personal injury. So we were with the people who would sue you if you hit them with a car, and also just in general other sorts of cases. I remember I did work on a few investment dispute cases over there where we were dealing with international investments. That was very interesting. So what led me into actually going and starting my own business to that degree was my own personal gripes with how the industry was going and how it was operating in itself. So for me, I work mainly with entrepreneurs, professionals, people who have a business idea that they want to start, or they've already started a business and see traction coming. So what I've noticed is, especially if you go online, so we're talking Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, etc., you see so much content being pushed to young people saying, start your own business, go start a side hustle, be your own boss, put your nose to the ground and grind, grind, grind. They don't tell you what actually needs to be done. They don't tell you the steps that are required. That, hey, you want to start a business? Here's a $50,000 bill for legal alone, not counting tools or anything else. Hey, you want to talk to a lawyer? Well, that'll be a couple grand. I really didn't like that. So I went out of my way to really strike it on my own, purely targeting these people who want to make it on their own and need the help. But there's such a high price tag for that entry cost alone into this world, which I wanted to help standardize a bit more and assist what I like to call the next generation of big business. Look at here in Canada, Bell, Rogers, all these huge companies, they had to start somewhere, right? So, and no empire lasts forever. So I just want to be able to help the next generation come up.
Yeah, that's really cool because a lot of business owners, they get blindsided by stuff that they just didn't see coming, and you can help them. So actually, that dovetails perfectly into my next question. Is tell me a specific story about somebody that you've helped.
Of course. So I don't want it to come across like I only want to be helping these hyper ambitious, want to start the next billion-dollar company. No, some people's ambition goal is to go open their own brick and mortar mom and pop shop and just live out their passion, whether it's doing art, doing fashion, doing whatnot. And it's just helping people do what they want and achieve their goals because they do need help. And in regards to assisting people in what's going on, there are two stories that come to mind. One is for a nail esthetician. This was a woman who was actually doing my mom's nails for a couple of years. What we were doing there was she was working for over 10 years, and she saved up what was effectively her life savings between herself and her husband, and she wanted to go out there and get her own salon, start her own business. And it was through this process that I was assisting her in not only just the legal part of it, but it almost felt like I was kind of a real estate agent almost, because I was looking for opportunities, looking at salons and shops, helping her, navigating her through the entire process, because people are good at their own skill set. They can learn things, but that doesn't mean they're good at everything necessarily.
Yeah.
People need help. You can't do everything on your own. I definitely can't go and do what you do. I can't go and facilitate making people's homes look beautiful. That's not what I do. I'd make it a mess. So it's helping people through these processes. Or even when it's as simple as not even pure work, just giving them that nudge, making their minds think in a different way. There was a clothes retailer. She was creating her own clothes and selling it online. So it's just having the idea of, have you thought of maybe working with a supplier for fabrics? Have you thought of expanding your shop? What are your rules? Because when people are putting in their card details to buy your clothes, that's information that's stored. Do you have a privacy policy that in case someone comes to you, hey, what's happening with my data? Your response isn't, what data, right?
Exactly.
It's just, even when it's not work for me, it's just like having you think in a certain way for items that might not have crossed your mind, because when you're running a business, there's 100 different things on the table. You're the lawyer, you're the accountant, you're the salesperson, you're the boss, you're the janitor, you're the cook, you're everything.
Exactly.
So it's just sometimes you need that little nudge to get your brain thinking in a different way.
Yeah, I really like the idea, or I really like the story about the nail salon, because that person's very good at nails.
Yeah.
But they're not a real estate agent. They can't find an office space. They need some assistance in that regard. And so many people, myself included, like I need all sorts of different advice on different aspects that I'm just not skilled in. Like nobody has all the answers. So yeah, that's a very good story.
Yeah.
And I guess last question is, what are some of your hobbies? Like, what do you like to do for fun? Like, what does Seena do when he's not lawyering?
I like to put my nose to the grindstone, work, be your own boss. No, I'm kidding. Not at all. As cliche it may be, when I'm not working, I like to turn my brain off and not think about work. So what that looks like for me is sometimes it's cooking. So for me, for some reason, I don't know why, don't bother asking, I really like cooking Italian food. Maybe that's just because I found a really nice Italian playlist that I like to put on, pour a glass of wine, and just start to cook food like that. Or maybe it's when I go and I play soccer on Sunday leagues with my friends. So we go, we play soccer, we get injured a lot, but it's a lot of fun. So it's just
full tackle soccer, I suppose.
Yeah, that's what the other team likes to play it. When the ref is blind, he doesn't see what's going on. But no, it's just having fun with friends, hanging out with my partner, with other people, having good food, just being social, because I don't consider the social aspect of work. So if I'm talking to a client or if I'm talking to another lawyer, that's not socializing for me. That's work. So what I do, I'm a social person, so whether it's being with friends, whether it's going to networking events where I know other people there and it's not very strict, formal business, you can have a good time. That's what I like to do. I like to just relax and be around other people.
Awesome. Well, I think that's a great place to end it. So we've gotten a lot of helpful tips from Seena. He is a good lawyer, unlike the caricature of lawyers. So you're in good hands if you give Seena a call. So that's it for this Community Spotlight. Thank you for watching, and until next time.
Have a nice day.